Is solar power clean? It certainly is sunny. This question comes from Eric in Royal Oak, Michigan. Hi, Paul. If you were to have a straight solar-powered system and were running through battery backup, would that eliminate the crud in the power line, the need for a power conditioner? Thanks. I've learned tons from watching your videos. Well, yes and no. So, when we think of power coming out of the AC socket, it's shared power. Generally speaking, unless you're, out in the middle of nowhere, you're sharing power with your neighbors so that whatever you plug in is going to be on a shared power line, meaning as we draw energy, there is a certain thing called power factor, and it determines how the voltage and current are drawn at the same time or not at the same time. Most products don't draw power, don't draw voltage and current at the same time. And what that does is it kind of distorts the AC waveform. It lops off the top, called flat topping. And this is something that power conditioners can't fix. AC regenerators, like our power plants, certainly can. That's what they do. But power conditioners can't. So the alternative, as Eric is bringing up, is what about solar power? What if we had our home on solar or battery and we are off the grid? We're not sharing with our neighbors anymore. I don't like to share. One of our employees had a little kid, and I'll never forget. And it's the funniest thing. The teacher called Matt in and said, "Well, I think we have a little problem. Your child doesn't seem to like sharing, and so maybe you should, talk to her and see if you can't get her to maybe loosen up a little bit and share with some of the other kids." And the kid was like 3 years old or 4 years old, whatever it was. So Matt went home and said, "I understand that you don't like to share." And she said, "Oh, I like to share. I just don't want anybody messing with my stuff." Anyway, sorry. There I go again. So yeah, that solves the shared problem where only our own power equipment is messing around with the line. The problem with solar is that solar and batteries are DC. So, in order to convert it to something that our equipment can use, AC, we have to have what are known as inverters. And they are generators they're big amplifiers, they're big sine wave amplifiers that take the DC from the batteries or from the solar cells and convert it into AC. And that's what our power plant does. Our power plant takes AC out of the wall, shared AC, converts it to DC, and then regenerates new AC. And when we do that, it's perfect. The typical inverter, even the very best, are not designed to accommodate the needs of stereo equipment. So most inverters, like the ones that run this place, this whole building, our whole building, is solar powered. And we, during the day, run the building off of the solar panels on the top, and we have the best inverters made. There are these beautiful Siemens inverters, and it's a nightmare for us because we have to have power plants all over the place for our testing purposes because the power coming out of the sockets is distorted by the inverter. So typically inverters of the kind that are used in a solar cell use Class D amplifiers. And Class D amplifiers can make gorgeous sine waves, but they typically don't have a lot of energy storage behind it. So when you start drawing current and voltage at different times, it can collapse the sine wave in ways that are not appreciated by stereo systems and don't sound great. So yes, it can be done, but if you just get your typical, even high quality inverter, I don't think you're going to be happy with the results. I think you're going to jump from one frying pan just into another. If you had the great inverter, then yes, it would be a wonderful solution. Thanks for the question. Talk to you tomorrow.